Good afternoon, sir. I am Jimar Rivera. Right now, I am going to discuss the evaluation report, which is focused on the key performance indicators and feasibility study of our chosen enterprise, which is the Netflix. So now, as you can see in the our PowerPoint presentations, we will be talking about the earnings for the third quarter of 2024. So as you can see in the table, Netflix made 9.8 billion in revenue for the quarter. So this shows that the company is doing well with more people using their service. And now let's proceed to the earnings per share or ESP. So they earned 5.40 per share. So this is a good number, showing Netflix is making a profit. Then now let's move forward to the stock price movement. So after the report came out, the Netflix stock went up. So nag-increase siya by 8.1% in just one day. So this means maganahan ang mga investors ani kay from 5.50% per share na increase siya to 8.1 per percent. So now the implied move. So before the report, ang analyst is thought the stock might change by 6.2%. So since kay nag-move siya, so ang ilang gi-expect ay 6.2 lang, but na-move siya og 8.1%. So nagkuan sila kanang since nagkuan siya og sa ilang gi-expect, so ang Netflix gid is nagkuan gid siya og kuan nag-improve gid siya kaysa sa ilang pagtuo. So overall, Netflix had a strong quarter with good earnings, and the stock react positively. Then they are still growing and doing well. So now let's move forward to the next slide. So I'll talk about how Netflix has been doing in global expansion based on some key performance indicators or KPI that were set in feasibility study. So the first one is subscriber growth. So ang target nila is 15% annual growth sa markets, but ang ilang kwan is in quarter 4 2023 ang Netflix is nagkuan sila 13.1 million new subscribers, so which is very close to its target. So this shows that Netflix strategies for reaching new markets are working very well. So now let's move forward to the second one, the content engagement metrics. So ilang target lang ani is mo increase lang average watch time per user. So in quarter 3 2024, ang ilang average viewing time was 2 hours per day lang per subscriber. So nag-increase siya 1%. So this shows that sa pinagyan is ang kanang that the people are watching kanang nainganyo sila to watch the content. So kibali the engagement with that platform is nag-increase. Then now let's move forward the customer satisfaction score. So ang target lang gid nila is to achieve Net Promoter score of plus 50 within 2 years. But sa ilang recent within 2 years kay tungod sa ilang recent service mangod sa NPS is plus 45 lang. So which means mga customers are very satisfied and loyal with more localized content. So Netflix is na-expect po sila to exceed its goal soon. Then next forward is market penetration rate. So ilang target lang dyan is they wanted to reach at least 20% market penetration in targeted regions within 3 years. So ang resulta is by quarter 1 sa 2024 lang, sa quarter 1, nag-increase sila of over 25% penetration. Then isa na gid siya sa isa na po sa ilahang nakuan is ang Europe o ang Latin America. So pinaagyan ni gani is it shows that ang kaning Netflix is doing well at establishing itself in this region pato sa akong mention nga Europe and Latin America. So overall, ang Netflix kid is kanang ilaging kuan ba kanang target gid ba kibali ilagig ma-hit or ma-achieve. So especially sa akong giingon nga katong sa subscriber growth, content engagement, customer satisfaction, and market penetration. So pinaagi ani kay kanang gipakita gid niya ba na gipakita gid dito sa katong upat nga akong gi-mention nga katong ilang global expansion strategy is nag-work gani siya for their continuing grow worldwide. So now let's move forward to the key PS or key performance indicators. So gi-include na ko ang balance sheet sa KPS. It's because ang balance sheet man gud is it presents a company's assets, liabilities, and equity at a specific point in time. So ang key financial or KP is derived from the balance sheets. Kay tungod ani is makatabang siya ba to evaluate the company's overall financial health and stability. So diri sa assets kung makita ninyo sa atuang PPT is ang ilang Netflix ang cash and short-term investment is from 7.9 billion in September 2023 is lang 7.9 billion, pero nag-increase siya in September 2024 to 9.2 billion. So this means that Netflix has more liquid assets available. So kaning liquid assets means kaning ma-convert nimo into cash without losing the value. So now let's move forward to the receivables. So kaning diri is nagkuan siya ning nag-increase siya gamay from 1.1 billion to 1.2 billion. So na-increase siya og kuan gamay. So now let's move forward to total assets. So kung makita niyo sa atuang PPT is from 50 billion ang ilang total assets is nag-increase from to 52 billion. So imagine from 50 billion to 52 billion. So in September 2024 pinagyan is ipakita gyud nga ang Netflix is showing a healthy increase. Next, sa liabilities. So ilang current liabilities is nag-increase kay from 8.3 billion in the year 2023, nag-increase siya to 11 billion pesos in 2024. So it means dako na siya, no? So dako na kasi nagbayad nun. Then sa total liabilities nila is from in the year 2023 is 27 billion gud siya. But nagtubo siya to 30 billion in 2024. So gipakita diyan na gud nag-increase gid ang ilang mga financial obligations. So ako lang po idugang is isa po sa reason nga nang magdako gani ang obligations, especially kung once ang company is kanang ilado na kanang daho na kayo sila ng company, mudako gid sila nila especially sa tax. So that's why mo nang mudako ilang obligations kay na-expand naman sila. Now let's focus to the total div. So ilapong total div is nagdako kay 14 billion siya from in 2023, nahimo siyang 16 billion in 2024. So kuan yun sila dako na sila kuan yun div over the year. So equity, sa equity nila is Netflix equity is represents network. So nag-increase og 22 billion in September 2023 to 23 billion in September 2024. So reflecting that nasa steady growth. So sa retained earnings is or the company's profits keep for reinvestment. So nag-increase siya gamay from 22 billion to 29. Nadako-dako po siya kay 29 billion in 2024. So showing that Netflix is keeping more of its profits. So now let's move on to the div and net div. So ang net div is which is total div minus cash ni siya. So nag-increase siya from 6.9 billion in 2023 to 8.5 billion in 2024. So kani siya is nag-suggest that this suggests that while Netflix has more cash, its div level has also grown. So in conclusion, ang Netflix balance sheet shows that growth in both assets and equity, but also in increase in liabilities and debt. While the company's financial position is still strong, they've taken on more debt and liabilities over the year. So the increase in retained earnings indicates that they are keeping more profit for reinvestment. Now, in the next slide is I'm going to go over the Netflix income statement, comparing their financial performance from 2019 to 2023. Then I'll talk about revenue, expenses, profit, and their important numbers. So, income statement. Ako ginclude ang income statement sa KPIs or Key Performance Indicators kay tungod manggod, di ba, an income statement kay also known as profit and loss statement. So, pinaagi ani is mapakita gani ang company's revenues, expenses, and profits over period of a time. So, ang KPIs derived from statement focus on profitability and operational efficiency. So, dito sa revenue and profit, sa makita niyo sa PPT is ang revenue is nag-grow siya from 20 billion in 2019 to 34 billion in 2023. So, gipakita dira nga ang Netflix is making more money over the years. So, cost revenue. So, dila po is, kanimong good is the cost of making and delivering content. So, cost of revenue is nag-grow po siya, nagtaas po siya. Kay from 12 billion in the year 2019, nahimo siyang 20 billion in the year of 2023. Then, sa gross profit, nag-increase gyapon from 7.7 billion, nahimo siyang 14 billion in 2023. So, dila gipakita gyapon that they are keeping more money after paying for content. Then, sa gross profit margin, gipakita gyapon nga nag-improve kay from 38% to 42%. So, meaning they're making more profit gyapon from their revenue. Then, sa ilang operating expenses, sa makita nila na to sa PPT is sa ilang R&D expenses is ang Netflix is nag-spend sila more on research and development. Isa gid siya sa pinaka-important nito para mga viewers is mas mahikayat yun. So, nag-increase siya from 1.5 billion to 2.7 billion in the year of 2023. Then, sa ilang G&E expenses or kaning general and administrative expenses like management and support costs is nag-increase po siya. Nidako po siya kay from 914 million to 1.7 billion in the year 2023. So, dako po siya gitaas. So, then sa ato ang SG&A expenses, ilang selling, general and administrative expenses is nag-increase po siya kay from 3.6 billion in the year 2019 to 4.4 billion in the year of 2023. Then sa ilang sales and marketing. So makita nato nga ilang sales marketing is kuan siya diriya, stable lang siya kay 2.7 billion in the year 2023, similar to previous years. Then now sa EBITDA or end operating income. So, kaning EBITDA, Netflix EBITDA or earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortizations is nag-grow po siya kay tungod from 12 billion to 22 billion. So, dako siya gi-increase. So, under EBITDA margin stayed steady. So, kuan lang ilang EBITDA is steady lang steady lang siya kay 64% lang gihapon. Then, ilang operating income is kuan gihapon, ni-increase gihapon kay from 2.6 billion in the year 2019 to 7 billion. So, dako po din siya gi-increase, no? Kay 7 billion na in the year 2023. So, with the operating income margin increasing from 13 to 21%. This means ang Netflix is doing better at turning revenue into profit. Then, sa income and taxes. So, dako po diri gasto. Kaysa pre-tax income pa lang, no, makita nato nga nidako gid siya. Kay from 2.1 billion in the year 2019 sa 2023 kay himo na siyang 6.2 billion. Then sa ilang tax expense is nag-increase po gyapon from 195 million to 797 million in 2023. So dako na kasi lagbay doon sa ilang tax. Then net income is finally ang ilahang Netflix net income is nag-grow pod kay from 1.9 billion nagkuan pod siya 5.4 billion in 2023. So dako po sila net income. So whether net income margin improving from 9.3% to 16%, this shows gipakita gyud nga ang Netflix is making more money after the taxes. So di gyapon sila malugi no biskan dako kay sila taxes. Then diri sa ilahang earnings per share, ang ilahang kuan is nagdako gyapon, nag-grow. Then kay from 4.3 in 2019 nahimo siyang 12 in 2023. So dako na siya. So this is a big increase showing that Netflix is earning more for each share of each stock. So diri sa diluted EPS. So diluted EPS is which the accounts for stock options and other factors siya. So nag-increase gyapon kay from 4.1 to 12 in 2023. Then ilang shares outstanding, weighted average shares outstanding is ang kuan siya ni dako ay murag ni kuan ni siya slightly kay from 438 million ilang shares to 442 million. So gamay ra ang pagbag-o. Then weighted average diluted nila is the number kuan is murag ni stayed mostly the same ra siya kay 449 million shares in 2023 gihapon. So the conclusion ana is ang Netflix has have the strong growth from 2019 to 2023. So they increased the revenue, profit, and earnings per share while also managing their expenses well. So their net income and margins have improved, showing good financial health. So now I will be going over Netflix cash flow from 2019 to 2023. I'll explain how the company is making and using money, including net income, operating cash flow, free cash flow, and other important cash-related data. So if you would ask nganong giapil na kong cash flow sa KPIs or key performance indicators kay tungod ang kaning cash flow statement manggod is matracks ang flow sa cash in and cash out of the business over the period. So it is crucial for assessing a company's liquidity and ability to generate cash to fund operations sa ilang investments o pag-finance sa business. So sa income, so kung makita niyo dira sa net income is nag-grow gid siya, dako gid siya pagbago kay from 1.9 billion the year 2019 to 5.4 billion in the year 2023, meaning they made a lot more profit over the years. Then sa depreciation and amortization, their cost ni dako pod siya kay from 9.3 billion nahimo siyang 15 billion. So dako kay gi-increase. Then mo to siya, pero kani siya is this is a normal for companies with a lot of assets like Netflix. So normal na siya sa depreciation and amortization. Then let's move forward to the cash flow. Sa ilahang operating cash flow. So, ilang operating cash flow is turned positive, growing from negative 2.9 billion in 2019 to positive, nahimo na siyang positive to 7.3 billion in 2023. So, dira pa lang ipakita na they are now making more money from their day-to-day operations. Then now, sa free cash flow nila is also toward positive kay from negative 3.1 billion is nag-grow siya into 6.9 billion in the year 2023. So meaning ang Netflix has more cash cash left over after paying for business expenses and investments. So sa changes in working capital, so ilang receivables and inventory, wala siya significant changes hindi talk sa money, but Netflix sa ilang basta kaning sa ilang receivables or in their inventory. In sa payables, the money Netflix owes to suppliers stayed almost the same gihapon kay from 96 million to 94 million sa year 2023. Then other working capital. So the changes in other working capital went up kay from negative 53 million in the year 2019 nahimo siyang negative gyapon siya 110 million in the 2023, showing some change in the short-term financial factors. So even negative siya. Pero makita gyapon nato nga naipag-improve na aton. So diri sa investments and financing. So diri sa ilang net acquisitions, there was no significant change gyapon in Netflix acquisitions between 2020 and 2023. Then sa ilang investing activities, ang Netflix is nag-spend sila daghan kwarta sa ilang investments the year 2022 with purchases of negative 911 million. So, but then nahimo na siyang positive from 1.4 billion from selling investments in 2023. So, diba? So, moto siya from negative to positive. So, there's a debt repayment in the year 2019. So, ang Netflix is nag-repaid sila 4.5 billion, but there were no repayments in 2023. Then sa ilahang stock repurchases is nag-increase gyapon siya kay from negative 600 million in the year 2021 kuan siya to negative 6 billion in 2023. So dira gipakita gyud gihapon nga they spent more money to buy back their own shares. So more. Then sa cash position, sa beginning cash, Netflix starting cash balance, dila na nasugod na nag-grow na. So kay from 3.8 billion in the year 2019 to 5.2 billion in the 2023. And then sa ilahang ending cash. So the ending cash balance is nag-increase gyapon kay from 5 billion to 7.1 billion in the year 2023. Then ilahang net change is ni taas po gyapon ni dako siya kay from 1.2 billion in 2019 to 1.9 billion. So dako na siya gi-increase gyapon siya in the year 2023. So if that means is ang showing that they had more cash available at the end of the year. So in conclusion about sa cash flow is ang Netflix has shown strong improvement in its cash flow from 2019 to 2023. Kay they went from negative operating and free cash flow to positive, which it is a great for their financial health. So they also grow their cash position and manage their investments well. So that's all. Thank you, sir. Thank you.